said something it wasn't supposed to.
This is why we can't have nice things, guys. Precisely why we can't have. Also, the glass in which this was housed in, these little like slide pieces, shattered
Yeah.
upon
Ooh.
delivery. So when I went to stick my hand in there, little shards of glass. Surprise!
Um.
All right, I'm gonna make this wet mount
Yeah.
real quick. I know, it's just some bullshit. All right, I've got a
I'd get a
pipette,
refund.
got some gloves. I mean, I would have had to send back the whole damn thing. It came in a huge kit, and that's just not worth the
Oh,
extra
yeah.
effort and annoyance
So
for me.
basically, that room is entirely a biohazard with those
Not
things being
quite
involved.
yet, but we are getting there. All right, let me see if I can't get this mosquito larvae in there. Buddy. Come on, you little whippersnapper. Oh, this is embarrassing. Go down the
I
hole.
see you got your gloves on.
Nope, I don't. Oh, he's in there. Ooh, this is about to get spicy. Let me make sure it doesn't get all over the place, because I definitely don't have anything up
You don't
under.
have your gloves on.
Well, I don't have... You know, I actually didn't think this through. Hold on, give me a second. It's a little piece of paper. Or maybe I can... Ha! I have an idea. I don't knock that slide over first. I didn't have any gloves. I was like, you know what? I know what's in here. I know what I'm rocking with. Maybe he just won't move as much if I just stick this slide coat thing on. Tap the edges, make sure the liquid isn't gonna get all over my fucking microscope. Should be fine. Oh, he's kind of smushed. He's not moving anymore, guys. Come on. Me. Ken, let's fucking go with the prime sub. Alright, hold on. I've got to make some adjustments. I can't see shit.
1 year.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Wait. Hold on. Give me a second. I got to change the... See, I already don't like that. Whatever that blue film is fucking up my jive. I can just change it. Just thing is dirty, that's the problem. That's what happens when you have dogs with hair.
I feel like that's most dogs.
Well, you know what I mean? You're picking up what I'm putting down. Maybe I'm not getting it right up in the... There's part of it. Okay, hold on.
Oh.
I don't know with this specific thing what I'm looking at.
Chat is insulted by your topic.
What are they insulted by?
I guess your
Oh.
topic. I don't know.
Oh, God. Guys, I'm getting somewhere.
Oh.
That's
Sweet.
the larvae. That's the fucking larvae.
Nicely done.
Oh, I got it. I feel like... Oh my God, I'm gonna be so scared to look at it. Ah! Hold on. Give me a second. I'm trying to get like further up it. Hold on. Hold on. Y'all, this is a mosquito larvae. Ah!
It's
Ew, look at its
adorable.
organs.
What do you mean?
No, it's not. It's ugly. Ew.
This scene
What was that?
reminds me of the scene. This reminds me of that scene from Jurassic
It's
Park.
full of poop.
He's not moving because I got the slides holding him still. Ew. Still kind of moving. Wait, did you see that? Look at it.
Yeah. It's still moving.
I wonder if I took the slide cover off if he'd start wiggling like crazy again. I mean, it's holding him still, that's for sure. know what that is. His shit? I don't know. Got nothing.
Probably.
Time to see what's in your food.
I'm just looking
Mhm.
around to see if there's anything else, because that's wild. He said, what microscope trial are you insinuating about my manhood? Okay. I mean, that is fucking wild. I can't see other things. I just change the focus. And not a whole lot of this stuff. So you have to think I have to change the perception because those are bigger blobs. And if I want to see the smaller blobs, some of this is bacteria. It's not stained, so it's going to be very hard to see. I think I would have to go up in magnification. So this is stagnant water that was sitting in a pot.
The little thing there.
I find zoom in. Hey Rabbit, what's up? What basics what basics are
What
you
kind of
wanting?
wizardry is this?
Oh, it's who knows. I kind of want to like get some pond water if I'm being quite honest with you. Some Lyria Fallery or whatever. Let's see.
You should take screenshots of the cool things you find.
I should honestly. So we can just have like all of this.
Yeah,
Let's see. I'm
and for
gonna zoom back out.
social media and stuff too.
I can't use the oil immersion yet, guys. So I'm gonna apologize in advance for that one. I mean, technically, if we shit. It's not moving because I flattened all of them. But give me a second. Maybe if I just take the slide top off, it will
What's
start.
the oil immersion for?
Oil immersion lets you get really, really close, like 1,000 magnification. But
Oh.
you have to have specific ways to.
Does it require specific oil? Or can you just use old canola oil?
Second. I'm trying something that I'm never gonna do again. 'Cause it's dangerous because it could get on my microscope. Oh, now the items are moving. Okay. Well, he's not moving anymore.
Dangerous
So
microscoping.
slightly wiggling. Yeah, I think after smushing him, he didn't like that too much. But see, I took the slide off, so now I have a free floating liquid.
You gonna escape?
So I think it's okay. What the hell is that? That's a mosquito larvae. that I found in a one of my flowering pots that were left out during the rain. Um, that was yesterday. Wait, what was yesterday? Do you have any piss from a mule that's been ruminating on asparagus for 2 weeks while you're around to look at? My God. Lost Girls, can you explain the basics to us? What would you like to know basics wise? What do you mean? Give me a question. Did you read about the hand soap recall because it's contaminated with a bacteria that can cause infections? I mean, every bacteria can cause infections. What kind? Ew, look at it trying to digest. Ugh! Ugh!
Yeah, it's got full of poop.
Moving still. It's just not wiggling too much, you know. Yeah. Let's take a look. Oh, his little thing is kind of wiggling back there. His little wiggles. I don't know what that is, y'all. Really don't.
I think they're just hairs, but I don't know.
Either, but I want to get a little closer, not too much closer because I don't want to touch the fluid. I've got nothing protecting my microscope from liquid. Get too close. Now we're really gonna get in there. Oh. Yeah, I think that's just part of its digestive tract. All of it is. I think it's just
There, you
one big
eat it.
large ew. Ew, no. I'm hungry, not that hungry. God.
It's a nasty boy.
I like it when you can actually see the things move. Ooh, what if I would have not killed him first and just got a live one that's just squirming away and losing his mind?
That would have been cooler.
Should do. See what's a lot from what. Something's pulsating up there. There's some activity. Now, to what degree? Who knows? He's like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm gonna turn into a skeeter right now.
Die. Good.
Yeah, I need an oil immersion, man. Imagine how crazy that would look. Kaomi's like, ew, laughing. What's up, Ash? How's it hanging? It's hanging. It's alive. He said best thing to watch before going to sleep. The bacteria was Burkholderia Cepacia? What the hell? Complex? I have never heard of that. Larvae butthole zoom in. This just looks like an unhappy beef farted. What is this? Here, I think you get a better look, honestly, if we're in this magnification. You're looking at a larvae of a mosquito. It's very hairy. So every time you think of a mosquito taking a bite into you, this is what it looked to. I'll look and see if there's other like little guys floating around. They all look dead. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of glad I got the mosquito in here because he's the coolest part about this whole thing. Looking around, I don't see anything else. I remember when they got pond water, um, my teacher, there was some nasty stuff on it. Might have to get some pond water
If you
specific
remember in Jurassic Park, they got dinosaur DNA from mosquitoes.
with mosquito
Yeah.
and boom. Dino DNA.
Is that bright white blotch just from the background?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This looks like was that the head of a thorax? A thorax. Oh, by the way, did you buy your Lorax costumes? About to fire every single one.
You're supposed to buy the works costume.
Well,
Yes.
since I'm fired, I better go back to work.
God damn it. God damn it. Here, let me get some more
They still pay me better than you do.
liquid. Oh, that's fair.
Not much though.
Not damn. Damn. Thorax, head of the thorax. All right, hold on. Let me just get some more of this gushy stuff, you know. He'll start wiggling.
Do you want me to move you up to the streaming VC before I take off?
Oh yes, por favor.
Okay.
My bad.
You guys are all about to get moved.
Get rickety moved. All right, hold on. Oh, did it? Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh
What
god.
happened?
Everything. Hold on. Give me a second. Screwed that up.
Ash, my Drakeling died.
Damn, the Drakeling I gave you?
Yeah.
How did it die?
Giga killed me, and then Giga killed the Drakeling.
You took him to try to train a Giga because you thought you could do the Giga. Oh fuck. Because you thought you could do the Giga with without all that.
I did the other Gigas. This one was just bit down my wyvern. Got stuck and had to run. It was sad too because I had full experience on him. I could have got a golden ascended chest from him.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
It's like the worst too. What is that little guy doing? Floating. Okay. Ow. Also send me the link. Oh yeah, I will. Oh, you're actually gonna do it? Still really aren't moving much. Oh, these guys are though. Just kind of migrating. Can't find some more. This way. What's that little one? Where are you going? Little guy? Everything's running from me.
Die again. Damn it, my wyvern
Across
died.
again?
Nah, I saved him the first time by blowing him up, but this time he got killed.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Sad.
Found our little buddy again. He still is yet the coolest thing I've seen on the slide. I tried to find something else. Just not. I think I got him to where he's like dying slowly. Feel kind of bad now. Kind of not though, because I hate mosquitoes. But yeah, it's very interesting. Also, if you guys want to see the pre-prep slides, I actually have those as well to take a look at. Those came in. There's like 200 of them. It's pretty wild. And then you can decide what you guys want to see. I mean, I have literally everything. I have a Euglena, a Paramecium, Planaria, Earthworm, an Ascarid egg, hydra, liver of a frog, lung of a
See a
frog,
Hydra.
fish gill, honeybee worker leg. God,
Aren't Hydras immortal?
tail hydra. Yeah, take this out. Ugh, ew, ew, nasty slide. Okay, so leg of a mosquito, mosquito mouth parts. Yeah, if you want to see that. Housefly wing, housefly mouth parts. That could be gross and interesting. Where'd you get it all? Bought it all online. Buy anything on the ductus deferens of a man's reproductive system. Let's see. Do you remember like the paramecium like joke or whatever from hold on, let me find it. It's from Hook, so it just kind of goes with everything, okay? Give me 2 seconds. Paramecium brain. Called him a paramecium brain. Aw, the amoeba eats the paramecium. Poor little paramecium. Here we go. Dinner insults. I got you, fam. Right before we look at the slide,
Get
though,
your heart
they
out,
don't
you
bring up.
crinkled, wrinkled, fat hag.
You're a very ill-mannered young man.
You're
Do you know
a
that?
slug-eating worm.
Come on, you can do better than that.
Can't believe you're encouraging this.
Yes, show me your fastball, dust brain. You paunchy, sag-bottom, puke pot.
You are a very poor role model for these kids. Do you know that? I bet you don't even have a 4th grade reading level.
Hemorrhoidal suck navel.
Or maybe a 5th grade reading level.
Boil dripping, beef fart sniffing, bubble butt.
Someone has a severe caca mouth. Do you know that?
You are a fart factory. Slug slimed sack of rat guts and cat vomit. Cheesy scab picked pimple squeezing finger bandage. A week old maggot burger with everything on it and flies on the side.
Substitute chemistry teacher?
Come on, Rufio, hit him back. Mung tongue,
Math tutor?
pinhead.
Prison barber?
In your face, camel cake.
In your rear, cow derriere.
Lying, crying, spying, prying, ultra pig.
You lewd, crude, rude, bag of pre-chewed food dude.
Bangarang, Peter! You man! Stupid man!
Rufio, if I'm a maggot burger, why don't you just eat me? You two-toned, zebra-headed, slime-coated, pimple-farming, paramecium brain, munching on your own mucus, suffering from Peter Pan envy.
What's a paramecium brain?
I'll tell you what a paramecium is. That's a paramecium. It's a one-celled critter with no brain that can't fly. Don't mess with me, man. I'm a lawyer.
Benny, 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 Rufio! Rufio! Benny, Benny!
Yeah, bangarang. Here's a paramecium. Oh, I miss Rob Williams too. Sorry, I didn't mean to make everyone sad. This is a paramecium. There you go. We can get like a little bit closer. Orient myself. Then. Wait a second. Hold on. I got focus back.
I like how the
Almost-
sun is part of the slide.
Yeah, right.
It looks like a glowing paramecium.
Well, happy paramecium. Yeah, there was a video that it was showing right above that was showing a paramecium getting eaten. Hold on. Show you. By an amoeba. Poor little paramecium. See, it's gonna surround it, man. Oh, poor thing. Aww. He's fucked. Aw, he's so scared. Aw. Yeah, you took him out. Poor little guy. Why are your paramecium not moving? The reason being is because these are fixed slides. These are pre-made. So pre-made slides aren't gonna have that movement. They're fixed on that slide. So the only reason that last slide was moving was because that was from water, you know? I wonder if we could get cheek cells and scraped off and put on a slide. Verdon's like, I am not happy with this. Let's see, Euglena? I don't even know what that is. If I'm honest with you. Have to look that up. Can someone look that up? Euglena. Second. Gonna have to pull it. Let's see. Okay, is this part of it? Low-level parameciums. So before they get upgraded to nothing.
You still need to play Spore.
Still need a what? I still think that which by the way, later we need to watch Jurassic World, the next one, the third one. I still think that line was by far the fucking best. Here, let me see if I can't pull it up. The Jurassic Park dinner scene. Still my favorite.
More adventurous guests, of course, can opt for our jungle river cruise or for a close-up look at our majestic...
None of these attractions are ready yet, of course, but the park will open with the basic tour you're about to take. And then other rides will come online 6 or 12 months after that. Absolutely spectacular design, spared no expense.
And we can charge anything we want,
Okay,
2,000 a
get
day,
this.
10,000 a day, and people will pay it. And then there's the merchandise. And I can personally...
Donald, this park was not built to cater only for the super rich. Everyone in the world has the right to enjoy these animals.
Sure, they will. I mean, what, we'll have a coupon day or something.
Gee, the lack of humility before nature that's being displayed here staggers me.
Well, thank you, Dr. Malcolm, but I think things are a little bit different than you and I had feared.
Yeah, I know. They're a lot worse.
Now, wait a second. Now, we haven't even seen the part where
Donald, let him talk. There's no reason. No, I want to hear every viewpoint. I really do.
Yeah, don't you see the danger, John, inherent in what you're doing here? Genetic power is the most awesome force the planet's ever seen, but you wield it like a kid that's found his dad's gun.
It's hardly appropriate to start hurling generalizations.
If I may, I'll tell you the problem with the scientific power that you're using here. It didn't require any discipline to attain it. You know, you read what others had done, and you took the next step. You didn't earn the knowledge for yourselves, so you don't take any responsibility for it. You stood on the shoulders of geniuses to accomplish something as fast as you could, and before you even knew what you had, you patented it and packaged it and slapped it on a plastic lunchbox, and now you're selling it. You want to sell it. Well,
I don't think you're giving us our due credit. Our scientists have done things which nobody's ever done before.
yeah, but your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should.
Condors. Condors are on the verge of extinction. And if I was to if I was to create a flock of condors on this island, you wouldn't have anything to say.
No, hold on. This isn't some species that was obliterated by deforestation or the building of a dam. Dinosaurs had their shot, and nature selected them for extinction.
I simply don't understand this Luddite attitude, especially from a scientist.
67 Ian,
How can
what's
we
up?
stand in the light of discovery and not act?
Oh, what's so great about discovery? It's a violent,
Little guys.
penetrative act that scars what it explores, what you call discovery. I call the rape of the natural world.
That was eroded, by the way.
Well, the question is, how can you know anything about an extinct ecosystem? And therefore, how could you ever assume that you can control it?
This is
You have
Daphnia.
plants in this building that are poisonous. You pick them because they look good.
But these are aggressive living things that have no idea what century they're in, and they'll defend themselves violently if necessary.
Dr. Grant, if there's one person here who could appreciate what I'm trying to do,
The world has just changed so radically, and we're all running to catch up. I don't want to jump to any conclusions, but look. Dinosaurs and man, two species separated by 65 million years of evolution, have just been suddenly thrown back into the mix together. How can we possibly have the slightest idea of what to expect?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. You're meant to come down here and defend me against these characters, and the only one I've got on my side is the blood-sucking lawyer.
Thank you.
all, all I've got on my side is the blood-sucking lawyer. Poor guy. Like, damn. All right, I'll go fuck myself then. Let's see. So that was Daphnia? Let's see. A small planktonic crustacean. So it also looks like this. Which is essentially what this guy looks like, if you think about it. Look at it. Look at this little guy. Interesting. They're called water fleas. These are water fleas. Okay. Salted swimming style. All right. Well, how come I didn't see any in the water that I? Sad. Oh yeah, you can. Interesting. They are tolerant of being observed live under a cover slip and appear to suffer no harm when returned to open water. You know, I bet you we could get live mounts delivered. That's nasty. Aviator Geek, welcome. May I ask what is going on in this stream? We're just like looking up some slides. I had a whole bunch, like 200 of them sent to me. These are prefixed.
Creating bioweapons.
No, we're not creating bioweapons. But yeah, I thought it'd be cool. I just got this microscope recently because everyone showed an equal interest in it. We could learn a little something. This one's a cyclops. Which sounds so not real. Let's see.
Have one eye.
Right. That's what I was about to say. Let me just see if I can't pull up the it's giving me everything but a cyclops. Scope. Yeah. Oh, here you guys go. So it's supposed to look like this. Let's see if we can't find it. It's supposed to look something like that. Right. Let's see if we can. Oh, well, never. Here he is. Yeah. She's got a big old head. Little eggs at the bottom. Oh, just like they had in the picture. Looked like little egg sacs right there. That far left, upper left. I'll look a little. Alright, what does it say about it? Let's read. Known as copods are small freshwater crustaceans that can be observed under a microscope. Let's see, what else about them? Is there anything interesting about them? I mean, I'm sure there is, but still. Oh, they're just called a cyclops because they have one single large eye. I mean, go figure. Large eye. What does it say? It's okay. So this is a type of water flea as well. There's just different variations of water fleas. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, down the line. Tail Hydra. Gonna look at a Hydra next. Hydra, TS. Let's see. Hydra, TS. Let's pull this up. Oh, okay, interesting. I guess it depends on how you look at it, or how it's reflected, because I guess it can look like any of these variations. Hold on, show you. Variations. Ash pointing to her screen trying to show us. Leave me alone. Leave? Okay. I feel the judgment. I appreciate it.
She wants to share with us, alright?
I'm trying to share while realizing that I also can't share it. Oh. And just a giant, like, little fish guy. I remember when they tried to, like, make us identify each part of these things, and I'm just like, like, who's gonna memorize all
That's
this?
the head, that's the tail, that's the butt.
It's the butt. If we can get, like, a earthworm. Let's see the little. Oh, he said it was funny. Funny, ha ha. Oh, this is cut like around if you were to cut it like a transverse cut. This is the way the earthworm is. Or a little earthworm.
Did they just slice it like calamari?
Yeah, they did. Sliced it right down the middle. Yeah, pisiformis? It is. Let's see. Oh. see. So this one, I'm not even gonna pretend to know how to pronounce. Tania? Or Tania? Let's see. Pisiformis? I just don't know who's responsible for naming these. The rabbit tapeworm? This is a tapeworm? This is a rabbit tapeworm? No, parasitic tapeworm. Causes infection in lagomorphs, rodents, and carnivores. Typically is found within the small intestines of definitive hosts and carnivores. I don't think I have that one. The one that you're talking about. I'll check it out.
I wonder if we have stuff like that in our small intestines just hanging around.
Ew, there's its head. That is the head.
Yeah.
Ew. Alright. Aviator Geek said to search up this other one, so I'm going to. Wait, what? Strong. There we go. Oh, that's found in there. Ooh. It's in the eye of this. Oh, it's the parasite of deer. It's in this deer's eye. Oh my god, it's also called the brainworm. Oh, that's so fucked. That's fucked.
Show a picture in the eye.
It's right there. It's gross.
Oh.
Muscle-dwelling nematode. Parasite of the white-tailed deer.
How does it get in there?
Just showed actually. Hold on. Click on it. Snail or slug that's been.
Does it just crawl in there or something?
Look at it.
It poops it out. Eat it.
Yeah, they end up eating something the snail's been infected with that they ingest, and it comes out and then repeats the cycle.
Snails eat the poop.
Love this Jurassic Park mix going on. I know. Summary, don't eat poop. I mean, how do you think some people end up with certain things, right?
How do you get pink eye?
Let me see if I can't pull this one. What's the next one? Look at this one. This is an ascarid egg. Ascarid? Let's see. Ascarid egg. Alright, this is another, okay. This is another animal parasite. Blech. Looks like a whole bunch of little spiraled worms. Ew. This is their eggs. Ew. Oh. Okay.
You like caviar?
God damn it. Guys, so right here it says Ascaris species are very large, parasitic nematodes, aka the roundworm. This is just the skeletal muscle. Just been isolated. It's just fibers.
interesting.
Skeletal muscle fibers. And now we get to see the cardiac muscle isolated. Muscle isolated. Looks about the same. Only shorter and a little bit rigid. Being honest. Yeah, Naughty Reaper. It's quite feasible. Oh my god. Alright. Perielostrongylos TNS is a neuropathic parasite common to white-tailed deer. Oh. He must have left when we were talking about it. Tastes like doo-doo anyways. What, bacon? Poop in the air in the bathroom. It gets on toothbrushes. Thanks. To make everybody scared to ever brush their teeth in the bathroom. Should go to a bathroom that doesn't... Well, never mind. All bathrooms have a toilet. Even if they're a half bathroom, they have a toilet, typically. Let's see. I'm trying to see what we could... Cerebellum section? Let's see. Cerebellum section. The fact that I was able to pull that one up. Where's the cerebrum?
We need the brain worms.
Well, that one's a fish gill, so let me put it back. Cerebellum. Okay, we'll look at the cerebrum, then the cerebellum. I can bless it. It doesn't always do this to me. Holy moly. Largest part of the brain, man. Striated. Guys, this is what helps with reasoning. This also helps with memory and emotional regulation. Some of which some of our constituents are lacking.
Yo, I feel attacked right there.
Ain't that the truth?
Hey, if the shoe fucking fits, man. If the shoe fits. Ew, this one just looks... I'm not gonna lie, this looks a little bit rotted out. Like, this is the part where the penumbrum... It's good brain. This is your little brain. Cerebellum.
This is your brain on drugs.
On drugs. This is your balance, coordination, and movement. This poop and urine looking thing. Lost Girls, my goal in life is to find me a big booty bitch who loves her history as much as I do. Toxoplasmosis, can you catch crazy cat lady syndrome? I know the biggest thing, that's the biggest thing they're worried about with pregnant women is toxoplasmosis. When they have cats. Let's see what else we got. Lung of a fowl? Oh, this could be interesting.
We need blood.
Why does it want to show me the legs of like honeybees and stuff? It's like, what if I want to see their, what if I want to see their head? Yeah, give me the mosquito mouth parts. Mosquito gonna have to find us some interesting stuff next go round. Have to grow some bacteria.
You got your agar.
Oh yeah. That I do.
You could also try like putting some sugar water on a slide and leaving it outside for like an hour, then coming back and seeing if anything jumped on it.
Yeah. Wonder how big an ant would be. How much we see of that.
You can see all the little ant
Bless
parts.
you.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Bless you. I mean, honestly, I'm pretty shocked. I feel like outdoor water should be more dirty. Said bless you. Also.
Thank
You
you.
got blessed by multiple people.
Yeah, I've been sick the whole day.
Oh, did you stay home from work?
I did.
Oh. Well then, hang out with us. Your work will never know. Alright, now.
Unless I tell them.
Right. 85, 85. Where are you, 85? Does it sit right here? Hey, you guys want to see what your blood looks like? Look at your little red blood cells. Look at your little hemoglobins. Carrying all your oxygen.
What kind of blood is this?
Hopefully, it's just red blood cells. From a human.
From whose blood?
Human.
But not yours?
No, not mine.
You gotta get some of yours and compare
Yeah,
them.
I'm trying. Honestly, I'm trying to see like if I have a cut, an open cut. I put that on a slide in a heartbeat. The
You're
heck
gonna
is?
have to do it the old-fashioned diabetes way.
Oh my god, I'm not doing it the diabetes way. Ken's like, well, looks like you're just gonna have to cut yourself.
Back in my day, I'd have to prick myself 3 times a day. Every day.
Every day. Ash pulls out a knife. Hey, RBCs. Right. What's up, SA? You didn't know I was already online streaming? Yeah. What do you think we were doing? So it's really red, the stream. It says this is why you should never neti pot your nose with tap water, chat. I mean, you shouldn't anyways. Like, it should be sterilized water. That's how you get the amoeba up your nose. It's not worth it, guys. You don't want the amoeba. We'll watch some videos on that here in a bit. Shit's new.
There was an episode of House where some guy got some brain worm from a neti pot.
Actually, you know what? Hold on. We're gonna go down a rabbit hole now. On a mission. Slug that boy out the way. Plug him from Microscope. Where's my little doohickey that goes over this and protects it? Where's the protector? Where's the protector? Oh god. Where it's at, actually. This is not good. Gotta protect the camera thing. God, this thing is heavier than I thought. Eh. Bring it on down. Dude, it should be somewhere over here. I don't know where it went. Did it fall on the ground? Honestly, don't know.
Don't
Sorry.
lose the dangerous eye parasite.
Well, I need the doohickey for him. That's my other lens. It's a spare lens. Maybe this is for it? Yeah, I think this is for it. Thanks. Okay, hold on. Oh, it has like a dark field correction. Oh, that's cool. I'll exit out of that for now. Here, we'll pull up some stuff and we gon' learn today. Let's learn some things.
You gonna learn today.
Yeah. Let's learn and discuss, guys. Ooh, this is gnarly looking. Hold on. Turn this down a bit.
Is that up somebody's butt? It is, and it's endoscope.
What's...
What is that?
The hell is this?
I don't know, man. I'm looking at the stomach.
That's an anus.
Yeah,
This is why you can't. This is why you can't look at anything fun, man. I hate everybody. I hate
Why is
everybody.
that? Why is that funny animation? Oh, it's not funny.
Yeah, who fucking knows? They have it listed as funny animation.
Salutations,
I like Ash's
motherfuckers, and
algorithm.
welcome to this rather biological version of 101
Here we go.
Facts. I'm Sam, and I'm here to talk to you today about something that we all have, something that we all use every day, and something that's quite literally keeping us alive. No, it's not an undying lust for Mr. Bean. Speak for yourself, you weirdo. But I'm talking about the human body. But why should you be dipping your toothbrush into pee? Why should Superman be peanut butter and jealous of you? Are we human or are we dancer? 2 out of 3 of those questions are about to be answered, so ride your blood cells down the nearest bloodstream like whitewater
Who knows,
rafting
Angel?
while looking down at yourself and shouting, "I'm magnificent." This is 101 Facts about
yeah,
the
Naughty
human
Reaper.
body. Number 1. The average human being is made up of around... Oh boy, okay. This amount of atoms. Number 2. Some of these atoms that make up your bod are the same atoms that were part of the Big Bang. Think of that, you came from a Big Bang. Oh god, no, I don't mean that.
You know what? I already don't like this guy. This guy, I gotta find something better than that. That's terrible. Let's see, who's better? 30 interesting facts about the human body, and this is called Learn Easy Science. I think I can trust this. Good lord. Last one.
The human body has 206
Caramel.
bones.
I get it because our parents banged. Yeah.
The
Tyrannus.
average human produces enough saliva in their life to fill 2 swimming pools.
Some people more.
The human body has about 600 muscles.
Oh, yeah, you're right, Naughty Reaper.
The average human brain weighs 3 pounds.
I know a few that might weigh only 2.
The skin renews itself every month.
I think it means fully. You shed always.
The small intestine is roughly 23 feet long.
Now that's wild to think about. $23 feet. That's insane. It's all packed in there.
Particles in a sneeze can travel up to 100 miles per hour.
I believe it.
The skin is the largest organ in the body.
Well, that's pretty simple and easy enough. I feel like some of these are just basic concepts. I think everyone knows primarily.
Hey dude, my name's Gilbert. Gilbert the Great. Yeah, the name was Dad's idea.
What's
Anyway,
eating Gilbert
today
Grape?
I'm going on an epic
Nice.
journey through the human body. So, you want to watch? The trip starts as the human heads to the office lunchroom, opens his lunchbox, and finds me in there. What else has he got here? A turkey sandwich, some yogurt? I see he's taking a bite of his sandwich. Oh, now it's my turn. He's popped me into his mouth. Oh, it's go time. Gotta be honest, it's pretty wet and warm in here. The mouth is the gateway to the digestive system. That system is designed specifically to transform food into useful nutrients that keep you energized and help your cells grow and repair. So, once you grab the first bite of whatever you're eating, you turn on the digestion machine. As you chew, food is broken up into pieces to make the process easier. Saliva comes in handy as it mixes with food and breaks it down even more. That way, your stomach doesn't have to digest whole chunks of food. By the way, here's a fun fact. The amount of saliva you produce in a year could fill 2 medium-sized bathtubs, almost a pool full of drool. Wow, it's really raining spit in here. Ew. Whoa, I better watch out for these teeth. Wouldn't want to end up like Turkey Boy over there. It's hard since this guy is using his tongue to roll food around in his mouth and toward his teeth. I really don't feel like becoming jam today, so I'm gonna just bypass all this chewing. Down the chute we go. Whee! We're now heading into the throat. They also call it the pharynx. Uh-oh, fork in the road. Which way do I go? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Looks like this way we must go. Hang on. Oh, I think I took a wrong turn. Why is everything shaking? Oh, poor human is coughing like crazy. Somebody give him a nice slap on the back. There we go, coming back up. Ooh, sorry, dude. Whew, that was close. Almost ended up in his lungs. That wouldn't be very good. All right, I'm back on the road, so let's give it another try. I've correctly turned into the swallowing tube that goes by the sophisticated name of esophagus. I like to call it the food chute, but it's a lot less spacey than I imagined. I'm kind of getting squished in here. Uh-oh, how do I keep going down? Oh, I see. The muscles in the walls of this guy's esophagus are squeezing behind me and relaxing in front of me. This is a process called peristalsis, and it's what moves me through your digestive system. A couple of seconds later, and we've now reached the end of the tunnel. There's a muscle here that opens up to let food into the stomach and keeps it from coming back out into the esophagus. It's kind of like the TSA in a way. Hey, I'm just a tourist here, sir. Please let me in. Yay. I've passed through the valve and into the stomach. It reminds me of a sack, and let me try those walls.
Food not move through it?
Whoa, that's a strong one.
No, I've
It's all
acid that
muscle.
comes back out of
I'm
it
not
because it's
surprised,
not
actually.
closing all the way.
stomach holds, mixes, and grinds the food up into a mush. So
Sure.
it has to be pretty strong. Quite honestly, this doesn't look too... Oh my, what's that? Ow, that burns like crazy. Oh, hot. I gotta get out of this stomach acid or else I'll turn into liquid or paste like turkey sandwich over there. That's okay. I've come prepared. I brought this handy-dandy
He said,
little
"I'm
device
30. My
that'll
sphincters
encase
are all
me in a
fucked.
protective bubble.
Fucky."
Your food usually doesn't have this, but hey, I got connections. It's classified. I just have to push this button. There. Now I can keep talking to you the whole way instead of turning into grape jelly. Next stop, the small intestine. This long, coiled, snaky organ is made up of 3 sections. When I say long, I mean it. If you spread it out, which I don't recommend doing because you need it to be coiled and inside of you, you get a tube that's over 20 feet in length. Yep, that's as long as a giraffe is tall, all stuffed into your insides. I must say, it's pretty warm in here. Almost feels like a tropical resort. Except I'm in an ocean of bile. Oh yeah, I'm protected in my little bubble. No worries. Bile is crucial to digest fat and take all the waste out of your blood. So be thankful your liver produces it. Your pancreas also helps the process with some good enzymes. And that thing over there that looks like a pear, that's the gallbladder. It's located under the liver and keeps bile in it until the right moment comes. Man,
So you have
this
it
thing
removed.
really is coiled, huh? I'm getting kind of dizzy from the twists and turns. But no going back now. These contracting intestinal walls keep pushing me forward. Looks like I'm already in the final section of the small intestine and on to the next leg of my journey, the large intestine. Also known as the colon. It's a muscular tube that's 5 to 6 feet long. Hold the phone. Shh. Do you hear that? I'm not alone. I'm surrounded. They're coming in closer. It's bacteria. Oh, there's tons of them in here.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Is this person sick with some intestinal parasite or something? Nah, your intestines need good bacteria to help them break down food, vitamins, and nutrients so that your body can use them. Sup, peeps? Hey, what's that little dangly thing over there at the entrance? Ah, that must be the appendix. It doesn't do much besides house bacteria that might be released into the gut. It's also got some tissues that are useful for your immune system. But it's mostly a useless little thing, so people can still live without it. Hey, if your appendix gets inflamed, a doctor will cut it out of you. Really? Looks like this guy still has his. Good for you. Anyway, we're now
Still
in
have
the
mine.
large intestine, and I'm glad it's a little roomier in here.
Invictus,
Had I
the
not
human
grabbed my
body.
fancy top secret protective bubble, I'd be talking to you now as a liquidy yellowish mush of waste.
Appendix is there to
As
get
these muscle
infected.
contractions push me through
Say
the
what?
colon, I'd have all the water
Appendix
sucked
is
out of
there
me.
just to get infected.
My final form?
Yep.
Stool. Yep, poo,
For
doo-doo,
funsies.
number 2, whatever you like to call it. It's formed in the large intestine. Still, loads of bacteria all over the place. They're really hard at work, eh? Well, there can't be too little or too many. Otherwise, you'd have digestive problems like food intolerances. They also play a major role in your
Already have
immunity.
food
And that's why you
intolerances.
have trillions of them in your gut. Hey, keep up the good work, guys. I'm on my way through the left colon. When it gets too full of stool, it decides to dump
left.
it all into the rectum because it can't hold it all by itself.
Descending.
It
That's the
usually takes about
sigmoid.
36 hours for what's
But it
left
doesn't
of your
look very
food,
sigmoid
not
the way
much
they
now,
have it
just waste,
shaped.
to reach this point. But I've been speeding through this journey because I've got some other grape stuff to do. So let's head to the rectum already. Geronimo! The rectum is
There
a
you
straight
go.
chamber that's about 8 inches long. It has special sensors like this one or that one there that let you know when there's something you should get rid of. They
Sigmoidy.
send a signal to the brain when stool or gas want to make their exit.
Says,
That's about the
"Hey."
time when a thought pops up in your brain. Oh, gotta go to the bathroom. If the moment is right for you, that is, you find a toilet, the sphincters relax and ta-da! Your stool makes its exit. Bye-bye, pizza from yesterday's breakfast. What? No one else here has cold pizza for breakfast? All right, then let me know down in the comments what your typical breakfast looks like. Anyway, when the moment isn't exactly right to release stool just yet, your sphincters contract. Those rectum sensors help too, so that the urge to release its contents disappears for a while. You should be happy when your rectum and sphincters are working hard to keep stuff in when the timing isn't good. Like when you're driving to work, on a date, getting groceries, sleeping. But when you just can't resist the urge anymore, the external sphincter gives you a couple more minutes or however long you need until you make it to the bathroom. Well, not sure if the human is ready, but I'd really like to go now. Maybe I can hotwire these sensors to make my great escape. Oh yeah, this guy is at work, isn't he? This is gonna be awkward. Of course, normal food doesn't leave your body in such a graceful manner. You wouldn't even recognize what was what. But as for me, Gilbert the Grape, I still have important things to do today. So, hey Bob, let's hit the John. I'm out of here. Bye.
Well, that was different.
Adorbs. Reaper. It's a poop top. Rectum. That's what you call brown capping? Oh my god.
Are we gonna watch the Magic School Bus version?
Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, here we go. There more Kurzgesagt.
Fever feels bad, so we take medication to suppress it. But is this a good idea? It turns out fever is one of the oldest defenses against disease. What exactly is it? How does it make your immune defense stronger?
Okay.
And should you take a pill to combat it? The heat of life. On Earth, life is able to thrive between the extremes of -10 degrees Celsius in deep, cool pools and 120 degrees Celsius in thermal vents. Step outside this range and die. Every animal or microbe has a temperature range that's ideal and one that's stressful but survivable for a while. Your ideal temperature is where your cells work best, where their internal machinery is the most efficient, and the animal as a whole the best adapted to its
I gotta
niche.
head out.
Humans
Have
are
a good night, guys.
warm-blooded animals, and
Yeah.
our bodies expend a lot of energy to keep us around 37 degrees Celsius or 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, which seems wasteful, but this may
see you
actually be a
later.
defensive adaptation. Our temperature makes us almost entirely immune to one of the worst killers and parasites, fungi. Most colder animals and their insides are infected by them, but you are just too hot. Which brings us to fever. For any microbe that wants to infect you, your body is a world they want to conquer. Fever is defensive climate change, pushing an invader outside its ideal temperature range and making the world horrible. It evolved at least 600 million years ago and is widespread. Most animals increase their core temperature when they're sick. Fish swim into warmer waters, lizards bathe in the sun, bees heat up the air inside their hive. But you, warm-blooded mammal, you have way more drastic options. Let's make you sick and see what happens. When your blood turns into lava. You're invaded by bacteria and viruses at the same time. The invasion is powerful and you need to slow it down as fast as possible. Fever is part of your first line of defense, triggered by a diverse group of chemicals called pyrogens, the creators of heat. They float away from the battlefield and pass right into your brain, where specialized receptors pick them up and crank up your internal thermostat. First, you begin to shiver. Your skeletal muscles contract really quickly, which generates a lot of heat in your core. At the same time, usually the blood vessels near your surfaces contract and prevent heat from escaping through your skin. Your skin cools down while your insides burn. Fever is a systemic body-wide response and is a serious energy investment for your body. You burn about 10% more calories to stay alive for every degree centigrade your body temperature rises. Fever is also a strong order to lay down and rest, to save energy and give your immune system time to fight. Back to the battlefield. When the bacteria entered your body, they tried to be stealthy, but now they've switched into high production mode. Their goal is to multiply as fast as possible, which means they need a lot of resources and are highly stressed. Imagine running a marathon while eating a succulent Chinese meal and giving birth. The last thing bacteria need right now is more stress. So your immune system tries to stress them out as much as possible by ordering inflammation, which floods the battlefield with fluids, attack proteins, and soldiers. Pretty stressful. Fever is even more stress. For the bacteria a moment ago, the temperature range was pleasant. Now the world burns. Heat can cause their organs to break and the membranes to rupture, damage their DNA, and diminish protein production. They are seriously suffering from the heat. Why doesn't this affect your cells? It does. All of this is stressful for your cells too. Virtually every system and organ of your body works worse during fever, except one, your immune system. neutrophils are recruited faster, macrophages and dendritic cells are better at devouring enemies, killer cells kill better, and so on. And fever animates your immune
Why they
cells to
say to
gobble up the
rest.
critical resources your enemies need, like iron, glucose, and glutamine, turning the battlefield into a food desert. The viruses that infected millions of cells are doing even worse because they're also very sensitive to heat. For example, the rhinovirus that causes the common cold can only infect your respiratory tract because it is significantly colder than the rest of your body, even without fever. The heat is also really bad for the millions of cells that are infected by viruses at this point. They are working super hard producing viruses, which is pretty stressful. As the heat becomes too much to bear, the super stressed cells panic. As their internal machinery is breaking and failing, they quickly produce billions of heat shock proteins, or HSPs, that start repairs, keeping them alive. But this is a trap. Even your healthy cells produce HSPs to deal with the heat, but if a cell makes too many of them, this means it's more stressed than it should be. And if it's too stressed, something is wrong and it should be killed. So your natural killer cells and killer T cells are activated and attracted by HSPs and start killing infected cells and all the viruses inside them. By trying to protect themselves, infected cells are calling out to be destroyed. But if fever is such an effective weapon, why don't your enemies adapt to it? How is it still viable in so many different animals after hundreds of millions of years? A wild reason is that fever actually might outsmart evolution. If your enemies survive fever long enough, natural selection changes them. The individuals that are better suited to deal with heat reproduce more. After a few days, they've adapted. But this becomes a handicap because the next step is to infect new victims in new bodies, and now healthy humans are too cold for them. Not impossible to infect, just harder. And the heat-resistant microbes now compete with their cousins that like it colder and have an advantage infecting healthy hosts. This creates an evolutionary dilemma without a perfect solution. To circumvent this, serious pathogens like measles use hit-and-run tactics. The measles virus is the most infectious right before your fever hits with full force. It's brutally beaten back once your full immune response shows up, but by then, the damage is done. Fever is an effective part of the puzzle of your immune system, helping to attack and stress your enemies from as many angles as possible. But if fever is so great, why do we stop it when we're sick? Should you fight fever with medications? We think it's normal to have magic pills, but relatively harmless over-the-counter pain medication like aspirin or ibuprofen only became cheap and widely available in the last century or so. Going to a pharmacy to get something for your headache is extremely new in human history. Pain feels bad, so we've gotten used to stopping it when we feel it. If you're sick, you're supposed to feel a reasonable amount of pain, so you lie down and save energy. This is not a bug, but a feature of your immune system. But pain and fever are closely connected, and over-the-counter pain medication like ibuprofen and paracetamol also work against fever. Especially in children, fever is often suppressed by worried parents or doctors, sometimes because they think fever itself is the disease, or they're worried that it can do long-term harm. In general, it's fair to say that for temperatures below 40 degrees Celsius or 104 Fahrenheit, fever is not dangerous and doesn't need to be treated. Of course, there are also patients that should not have fever, like pregnant women, seniors, and seriously weakened patients. For them, the extra stress may be dangerous. Fever over 40 degrees Celsius is dangerous to anybody because it's most likely caused by your internal heat monitor failing. Things get more complicated in serious disease territory. We also have evidence that for some diseases like influenza or chickenpox, anti-fever drugs do not help you to heal faster. But we're also running into ethics problems here that make clinical trials difficult. In one study, doctors gave strong anti-fever treatment to critical care patients, but had to stop after mortality shot up. Overall, we have strong indications that more people may survive serious infectious diseases better with a fever. And there is very little clinical evidence that stopping fever leads to better health outcomes. But there are important exceptions like neurological injuries and stroke. We definitely need a lot more research. So should you fight fever? Well, speak to your doctor and don't listen to internet videos. But this decision is really about payoffs. If a fever is not dangerously high and you can bear it, you're supporting your defenses and may even get healthy a bit faster. But if you feel really bad and are healthy in general, taking a pill against pain and fever will make you feel better quicker at the cost of a slightly less effective immune defense. However you decide, the next time you're burning up and feeling bad, you can rest easy in the knowledge that your enemies are having a much worse time than you.
This is why you're supposed to rest and just let it run its course. If you get higher than 103 though, I would definitely probably take something for that. And of course, keep in mind if you're immunocompromised, really can't handle a fever that high. Also, I don't know why in a critical care setting that you would suppress a fever unless it was really high anyways, because typically that's just going to mask symptoms of sepsis. People who are already in a critical care environment are at higher risk of sepsis because typically they'll have like a Foley or like a central line, which just makes it all the more easy to get a bloodborne infection or a UTI, or they're on antibiotics. It increases their risk of developing something that is natural within the body that just kind of opportunistic type of pathogen. So that's why I don't like it when they prescribe, scheduled Tylenol and stuff for post-op patients. I won't give it. I won't give it unless they're painful, you know? And then even then, I'll give that only as a intermediary measure if it's a lot of pain. Because I don't want it to mask a fever. Keeps you from testing for other things.
You're not suffering enough.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, and also you have to think that older people, a fever for them, their body temperature at core runs colder than ours does. So a fever for them is considered high, even though it seems low to us. But, Sean. Oh my God. So I got into this thing today. Because I was watching this video. It was a video of a mom talking about her kid and how, parents were divorced, whatever. The child, sorry, this has nothing to do with PG dubs. The kid had, been with the father, whatever, and she had that one, and then a younger son, so like 3-year-old and 7-3-year-old. Apparently, they were in the hot tub, and the dad wasn't around at the time. He'd back inside or something. 3-year-old went under and didn't come back up. The 7-year-old didn't really know what to do. Just pulled his brother out, but didn't know CPR. But essentially got taken into the hospital where it was over a week and there was just no function. They said that, like, based off of what they were seeing, like MRI and CT scans, they were saying that it didn't look good. Like, it looked like irreparable damage had been done to this kid or whatever. And that there was no movement. They had put him in a drug-induced coma. Like, essentially, whenever someone says that, I remember back then I used to not really understand what that meant. It just means that they're sedated and intubated. They make sure that they're extremely knocked out. So they don't have any, like, recollection or whatever. So anyways, this kid wasn't, I guess, responding when they weaned off, the sedation. They didn't explain that in the thing. I'm just telling you that. They didn't respond. And so they were talking about like organ procurement and everything and donation and whatnot. That led down this whole situation where all the comments became about how that's all they want, that's all they care for, they get so much money. Also, why are organs, if given for free, why do they cost money, and yada yada yada. It turned into like huge thing. And I was having this back and forth with this lady because she said something about, oh yeah, I was in the hospital because I was sick and I overheard like this situation with the family and how she said something about they said that they were doing this as a courtesy, telling the family, but that the patient had listed themselves as an organ donor, and so that they had already had a team there on standby, prepped and ready to, I guess, take the organs. Um, and she was just talking about how that's all they like. That's why I read organ donor like card or whatever. And it was a little disheartening because I was just like, nobody is pressuring you to give up like organs. And if you choose, if the family member chooses, it's the same thing like with a family member tries to give an advance directive, you know, like a medical will or medical power of attorney, whatever the situation is. And the family member will say, like, I want this done. And then the family will go against that family member on their own wishes. This happens all the time. And there's a reason why they allow people to register themselves as like organ donors because, you know, then if the family tries to renege on it later, they can't. And that was that person's choice, and they chose to do that, and they got the choice. Not all family members appreciate that or think that that's ethical. But then you become like arguing the ethics of whether or not someone wants something, did something, someone's, you know, whether or not that was their choice. Like you're going against their wishes. They were
Would you
cognizant of that decision.
would you give me your pancreas?
Yeah, have it. I mean, if I'm dead, like,
If
I'm
you're dead,
dying, go ahead. Good pancreas. Drugs.
you worked it well.
I worked it well. Said I gave my family permission to harvest my organs, sell them to the black market, easy money. My God. Well, they can't do that. So it's illegal to do organs for money. I mean, that's actually that really is actually. Also, for the answer to the question as to why organs that are given for free from a family member to be donated to whoever, why it costs money, you have to think, well, who do you think is paying for this whole team to fly in? Who do you think is paying for this entire team to do these procedures, these sterile procedures in these fields, and then go back? And then who do you think is putting in all the resources to matching these tissues to making sure they're going to the right location in a timely manner? Because like some of these organs, you have hours. Like that's it, hours to harvest, to get it to the nearest donor, and that donor to get to that facility within a 30-minute time frame. And you hope to God that it doesn't fail. Like you have so little time. And so, you know, you don't have often a lot of time to kind of discuss these types of things. And it costs a lot of money to do that, to fly out these organs and to fly in these teams and to fly them back out, you know, after they're done doing their job. So you have to consider that the hospital isn't getting paid. It takes a specialized hospital to be able to do organ transplants. Not every hospital is equipped to do organ transplants. So to say like, oh, you just want it because you want to get paid, I'm thinking there are no people who are qualified to transplant organs at a lot of these hospitals. They're not getting paid anything. It is a third-party organ procurement agency that gets phoned in, and it's required. Like they'll say with the hospital, if you have, you know, anybody who's on life support and it's not looking good, you're to put a call out to like whatever facility it is, whether it be LifeLink or whatever the situation. You call them out, you say, hey, I've got a patient, you know, this age. They'll be like, what was the diagnosis? What antibiotics were they on? Did they have sepsis? If so, what was the infection? They have to know all these things because they have to know whether that tissue is going to be viable. So they rule it out based off of criteria. They'll look at a certain type of toxic substances, whether or not they had certain disease processes. They'll ask them 11 million things to decide whether or not certain organs are going to be viable, and then they'll go ahead and they'll mark off other ones that will no longer be viable based off of, you know, whatever criteria you give. And so, you know what I mean? Like that's how that goes. So they come in as a separate entity that have nothing to do. They're not even affiliated. Sometimes they live 4 or 5 hours away. And if they know that something's happening or that they think that there's a potential that someone might donate or whatever, that organ procurement officer is going to come to that hospital and verbally speak with the family and everything. If they get them on board, only then do they stay there and they phone in that team, and then they fly out, like, to do their job and take them down to the OR. You can't have a dead person. So when she was saying, like, oh yeah, the person was dead, and I'm like, the person could not be dead, first of all. I was like, because if it's a dead person, those organs aren't good anymore. They have to be alive. And that's why a lot of people will say, well, I'll donate if my family member dies. I'm like, okay, but your family member has brain death, which, like, by law is death. Like, once you're brain dead, you are dead. The only thing that's keeping you alive is machines at that point. Like, if you were to take all of them away, there's not a chance that you would stay alive even a minute. Like, you would just shut down the second you remove all those appliances. So if you can prove, they have to prove that first, mind you. If it is a organ donor card that's listing that person as an organ donor and the family doesn't want them to be an organ donor, like, there will be guaranteed testing of brain death first before they're even allowed to touch that person. That would be unethical if they were to come in and try to take a person without proving that there was circulatory death or brain death. So you would have to prove that first, and only then would they be viable for it. And they'd still have to be on the vent. They could not be taken off of any of those life-sustaining measures until after brought back to the OR to have the procured. And so there's processes that are in place, and it was so frustrating to see how many people were, like, spewing misinformation about that and making it sound like everyone is a bunch of crooks and they're all pressuring. And she's like, well, I heard this from a nurse that they don't even call the family. They call the organ procurement place before they'll call the family to tell them how the patient's doing. I was like, I don't know, either one, you're either lying, or this was some really, really rare occurrence. I said, because that is not a normal thing. I said, most family, and you have to be a part of that whole situation to understand what was happening. Most times, those family members have been notified time and time again, and whether or not they accept it or they come to the realization that the family member is not going to get better, that's on them. But a lot of times, the doctor and nurse both have communicated with the family, this isn't looking good. We're going in the wrong direction. Their kidneys aren't working, or their liver shut down. Like, this is all we have left. Do you think they can come back with this? They're not going to come back from this. We're past that point, and they still want to hold on. And then they'll say, okay, and then some people might take this a certain way, but they'll say, you might want to think about the possibility of organ, like, donation. And that's not even the doctors that will say it. It will be like this external, like I said, team that will call them privately, most likely when they're not in the hospital. And they'll say, hey, I want to, however, I don't know how they do it because I'm not with LifeLink or any of these other external organizations. So however it is, they make a phone call. They say whatever they say to the family to explain, like, hey, if you want to give the gift of donation, this is an option for you. We would have to know before the passing of your family member in order to be able to use said organs. And they would let them know, like, these organs are not viable, but these are, and X, Y, and Z, so on and so forth.
They'd be like, give me organs, please.
And, like, here's the thing. I always feel awkward when those procurement agency people are in the building and come into these conversations that we have with family members while they're grieving. I feel awkward. So the first thing out of my mouth, I interject every time. And I say, hey, this is entirely your decision. If you want to donate their organs, that is up to you. If you do not, nobody judges you. This is entirely your decision, and we will support whatever you want either way.
I wonder if organ trafficking goes on in the United States, and, like, how does that happen, right?
Do I think that there aren't wealthy people who would pay someone under the table that finds some way to pay for somebody or give them money, like, overseas or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, I think,
no, I don't think it's out of the realm.
Who was his name?
But you have to be very
some
sneaky
super rich dude, some rich guy. He died, but he had like 5 heart transplants or something. You're like, holy shit! Like, obviously he paid for them.
Well, obviously, like, he's, it's going to go based off of, insurance. It's going to go based off of, I mean, you have to be accepted onto the list to even start, and to be accepted, you have to meet a criteria. So not everyone gets accepted onto an organ donor transplant
Right,
list
like
or whatever.
liver. Like if you're on a liver transplant list, like you can't drink any
Yeah,
alcohol.
Clark. Yeah, exactly. You have to be completely devoid of drinking alcohol. I think it's for 180 days minimum for you to be put
Yeah.
on a list. And then I mean it's the same thing with most things. You have to be actively showing that you're either turning your life around to get put on those lists. You have to make sure you don't have any other immuno like compromising situations that might make it to where your comorbidities may not make you have a chance to be able to survive like organ transplant, because you're going to be on immunosuppressive therapy for the rest of your life once you get a new organ from someone else, because even with the best matching in the world, your body's going to try to reject it. It's still foreign. So some flights were volunteer. I mean, I believe it. Are you like medical when it comes to like flight, like not like flight nurses, but you know what I mean, like medic flights and whatnot, pilot? So my organs support my family with cash money. Sean. Yeah, we've seen John Key. Speaking of kid stroke and some patients that go brain dead and get life support. Legally, family members at least need to be notified of the donor's documented wishes. Yeah, no, absolutely. Goose and Clover, they have to be notified. That's why I'm like, when they're saying that they notified this procurement agency before ever notifying the family, I'm like, that's bullshit. Like, if someone told you that, unless they're directly taking care of that patient, I don't believe that for a second. And I guarantee that person who was a nurse was a CNA who didn't know, I'm sorry, their hand from their ass when it came to what was going on with that patient's family. They probably just made assumptions, because you can't possibly know what was going on unless you were part of every ounce of that patient's care. Like this last good lord, this last shift I worked, I was on phone 20 times during that shift. It was insane. Trying to get in touch with people. It's fuck. So everyone is in the loop. We had discussions about like, quality of life and end of life care and all of that. So I mean anytime that there's a serious update, family is supposed to be updated from a physician. It should be a physician. Oftentimes it ends up being like a nurse. You understand now because you're stealing my words. Sure. I'm listed as an organ donor on my driver's license. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen them actually take corneas for eye donation. They need to pay people for their organs, and it goes to the family. They're not going to pay people for their organs for someone else doing a literal, what they call, donation. Organ donor means it's a donation. It already costs enough. Those procurement agencies have to get paid from the transplantation hospital and funded like that way. Someone has to pay for it. And the family member who is, or the patient who's receiving the organ, their insurance company is going to forfeit that. And then the rest will be out of pocket, or the situation is. But you still have to, you can't just because something was free, everything is free that deals with that organ. I mean, that takes hours and hours of somebody highly trained of their time to put that organ in and make sure it's successful. It takes whole teams when you do transplantation. So it's still going to cost money. There's no way around organs costing money for the person receiving the organ. It
And
won't
like,
cost a thing for those who are giving it.
the thing about organ transplants is you got to take immunosuppressants, and like, don't like the average organ transplant like receiver, like don't they only like live on average like 5 years or something like after getting an organ transplant? Like it's not very long. Immunosuppressants are really rough too.
Yeah,
Like,
immunosuppressants are rough. You can have a
like
delayed reaction, not an acute rejection
yeah,
either.
like I could get a pancreas transplant and cure my diabetes, but the immunosuppressants are worse than having type 1 diabetes.
That would be terrible. See, it says a kidney transplantation can cost an average around $446,000. Liver transplant, shit, is 1 mil. Heart transplant is 1.4 mil. Heart and lung is 1.2 and may exceed, which is interesting that it would be just a little bit shy of a combined heart. Is 1.2. Lung itself, let's see, lung, wait, oh, single transplantation of a single lung is 1,000. That's not right. Oh, 1,800,000. Intestinal is 1,147,000. Cornea is 30,000. Bone marrow is 577,000. Yes. That doesn't even include the meds.
I guess you wouldn't need immunosuppressants on a bone marrow transplant because then you essentially transplant the immune system too, I think.
Well, there's two different types of transplantation of says here. It's listed. Bone marrow transplant that's autologous versus allogenic.
Yeah, bone marrow is interesting because like you get the blood of the donor. So like when you bleed, the DNA from the blood is from the donor. Because the bone marrow is producing the blood.
See, I don't drink, smoke, or partake in the devil's cabbage. Hopefully my organs last me a few decades. Slaps kidney. This baby only has 33 years of mileage. Hospitals should be co-op by the nurses and doctors and janitors. And has nothing to do apparently with patient. Yeah. Well, water fatigue just now. It's reminded me I hadn't yet. Nice stovetop after Wendy's burger fiasco. Oh my god. Years and years of harboring the organ and keeping it safe. Right, someone is getting paid and it isn't the person who owned the organ or their family. Yeah, it's the people who are doing the harvesting. I mean, this is the reason why trying agreement, because that, again, that family member wanted to donate their organs. Like, to donate, not to sell, to donate their organs. And selling is illegal. Selling of organs is illegal because you can bribe any broke person to convince them to sell an organ to a rich person for the right price, and they think that that's fucked. That's like a, I forgot what the term is, but it's essentially using like the um, poor class leech off of, and it's kind of like a fucked thing. There's a whole like documentary talking. But the person who's gonna get paid is gonna be the people who are doing the work, which are the people who are gonna make it to where that other person gets to live. I mean, the family, not everything good in life needs to have a payment to do it. Like, I understand no one's going to get anything with my family, but I know that somebody else who's been crying their heart out and praying for an organ for their family member for them to live will be thankful. So if one day I ever get in a car accident and I smack my head against the windshield and become brain dead, but my body's still around, they can use my organs to save 10, 12 people, and I'm okay with that. And I think my family would be easy with that. I think it's the way you view like the world too. I think that just kind of changes. Like, I also believe that the people who went to school for, 8 years and then went through residency for another 5 and then went through another 4 years of fellowship just so that they could do those things, be allowed also to reap those benefits of being the person who gets paid, considering they're the ones who do, and they're the ones who spend 8 to 12 hours in an OR. that one patient. So, and then also we'll spend time with them after that, making sure, like after they get hospitalized, that the outcome is good and that they get the right meds and everything. The hardest package to deliver, we would get special call signs. Oh yeah. I mean, you have to. You guys automatically get the airspace if you're flying an organ. A person has to exist and work and provide for themselves and donate their living tissue at the cost of the world. Cost the world millions of years of evolution. Yeah. I need an ass transplant. I don't have any cake back. Oh my. You'd be a 2-donor DNA donor. Any blood samples, almost like chimera. What do you mean you'd be a 2-donor DNA donor? Yeah, it's illegal to sell organs.
Maybe with the bone marrow.
Or even your own organ. Even if it's your own organ, you can't sell it. That's different. Deflowerment isn't an organ. It's like.
I mean, you
it's
could
like,
go to
It's like
you
selling
could go to
sex.
like India or China and do it probably.
I don't know how that is. Oh, okay. I didn't know what you were saying at first. Temporal cap. And sewing. Sewing is what's rewarded. Oh man. Sean. Selling deflowerment is being a hook. I mean, it's that we harvest the wind. That's wind farms. Person has the wind. So why aren't the people who own bodies of the organs paid? I mean, again, I mean, if you want the organs to cost even more for families and insurance to pay for, I mean, I guess you could, but then it wouldn't be called organ donation anymore. It'd be called organ sale post death. That just gives off kind of an icky feeling to get paid on family members' dead body parts.
Organ eBay.
I'd feel odd. That's not how it's going to work, though, trying agreement. That's not, like, people are greedy, man. Especially nowadays. You don't think that someone's going to take advantage of that system? Oh, for sure. Just like they try to adjust everything. Oh, if you pay someone a living wage, you're going to have to increase the cost of everything else. The icky feeling is there already. I don't know. It's not there for me. My body, not my choice to be greedy with it. I mean, you can be greedy. I mean, if you don't want to donate, you don't have to. I mean, it is 100% your choice at that point. You can just bury your body. Why I tell people, I'm like, you can donate if you want, but if you don't, either way, no one's going to judge you. That's your family member. That's your loved one. If you want their body with you guys, or in the cremation, or if you want them buried, that is 100% your right. Nobody's going to think anything different if you choose not to. I could give a shit less if someone donates their organ or not. Entirely up to them. It's their own personal. Now, legally, again, they will have to prove brain death or circulatory. They'd be able to use your organs.
What if you donate your ovaries and someone else has kids with them?
What about it?
You could have kids after you're dead.
There you go. That's a conundrum. Pay 50K for a kidney, people be wanting to sell all the time. The price will come. No, again, you're gonna get people to end up giving, like, selling off body parts because out of desperation. That's terrible. Those are the people that will be taken advantage of. That will be the poorer people. Because the only people willing to sell an organ would be, well, it would be people, not only people who are dead, but you'd also have people who weren't dead who were trying to sell organs. If you think about it.
How much is a kidney worth to you?
I don't know. I never
I mean,
thought about it.
Skitch probably has a price.
Oh, he has a price for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Talk of harvesting, eat their fruit, like get their pay. The people who would be, again, selling organs, if you had a surplus of people, I personally don't think you would have a surplus. People already mistrust healthcare professionals. They already think, I mean, hence the majority of those comments under that whole section was talking about how all they care about is money and all they want is to get paid, and they could care less if your family member lives or dies. And I bet that they try to kill that person on purpose so that they can get the organs, get paid. And I bet blah 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 blah. It was just like a laundry list of people just talking about how everyone was just greedy and they purposely let people die, and like people saying it as if it was a fact, like as if this was 100% a fact, and they were spewing some crazy, like, unbeknownst to the public situation where in the hospitals all they're doing is killing people and letting them die in ICUs so that they can take their organs and use it as an excuse to steal organs. That was like literally the argument. So they would not want to donate organs because then they think that you're killing their family members so that you can get them, even if they were to get paid. Ever sent to the take me, they can send me to Nebraska to become compost.
Yeah, plus don't they need receivers that need the organ?
What
Like,
am I a
matched
gatekeeper
up?
of, Brian? Just curious.
Like they don't have like a freezer full of organs they just stash up.
Again, I just think that's
Gatekeeper
awkward.
and
Say what?
gaslighter. What, the freezer full of organs?
How am I a gatekeeper of organs? I'm still very confused. You're saying are the evil gatekeepers of organs, like, so I'm keeping people from getting organs? That's the most weirdest take I've ever heard. Yep, because I get paid so much. You should, oh Lord, how much money I get paid off of these organ donations, you know, me being so specialized and all, being a part of those operations and everything. Absolutely. Hey man, sarcastic or not, I don't give a fuck.
I knew it.
It's the devil. Yep, yep, that's what they do. I'm just gonna start agreeing with people. Yep, 100%. Everyone sucks.
Don't forget you try to kill people just so you can get their organs.
It's abandon all you who enter here above her ward. Being an ICU nurse, you get paid when they take them out and paid when they put them in, right? If that is a real question, that is wild. That's gotta be like that can't be real. That's not a real question. I mean, again, Sean, you can literally choose not to donate. And then you're not getting gypped at all. Like nobody's getting anything for free. If that's what everyone's worried about, is that people are getting organs without getting payment for giving said organs, don't have to give them at all.
I worked hard to grow these organs.
I didn't. Just woke up one day and had them.
Yeah, but you grew them.
DNR, D&D, not be mistaken for DNR, DND.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes, right. Yeah, it's on my ID too, man. Same Z's. Maybe our organs, 2 of our organs will end up in the same person's body. Now, only organs could talk. Like, what's up, Sean? What you doing in here? Like the little kidney bean down below. Sean's over there being a lung. Like, how'd you end up in the same body? That'd be wild. Yeah. I
Are
can't
you
donate
truly
my
dead?
layers.
If your heart is still beating?
Oh, he said his lungs are cooked. Okay, never mind. We'll swap roles. I'll be the lungs, you be the kidney. That's fine. Yeah, I always thought it was funny though when I heard people like I know I'm pretty sure Goose and Clover was being like ironic, but to be fair, I feel like a lot of people do believe that. They believe that everyone's getting paid for these things. I'm like, dude, the only person really getting paid is administration, hospital administration, and insurance companies. The other people on the totem pole, not so much. And they don't get paid based off of like nurses don't get paid off of anything except for just showing up at an hourly wage. Nothing fluctuates. You don't get bonuses, you don't get any of that.
You get to not be fired. Did she leave again without saying anything?
All right, fucking bless. Give me 1 second. I'm just
Fuck.
before these guys close.
I'm putting in
That's
food
Yelp.
order.
God dang it. See, this is why we can't have nice things. Okay, maybe if I do it like this. You could do with this, or you could do with that. You could do this, or you could do with...
Hey, are you ordering the healthy food?
What?
Are you ordering healthy food?
I'm ordering a smoothie. I mean, it's kind of healthy. I'm ordering a little banana
Yeah.
boat.
I can get along with smoothies. It's the healthier sugar.
It's the hearthier sugar.
Healthy.
Let me see. What if I do banana boat? What's in that?
I need to open an ice cream shop and have something called the Cooter Canoe.
Call it the Cooter Canoe?
Yeah.
God, could you imagine? Banana boat, honestly, so good though. Like, I mean,
That sounds calorie dense though, but it's tasty.
God, that sounds so good though. Sorry, sorry y'all. I'm trying to figure out like.
You should get it. Just get it.
Know which
Can't
one
be that bad for you.
I figure it out. Hold on.
Get a banana boat.
Surf. Delight. I have an idea. I have an idea. I have an idea. Okay, I got it. Modify your smoothie.
Wow.
I'm gonna add.
You gonna add all the mix-ins. Banana, peanut butter, chocolate.
I gotta add it to the cart. It's not trying to add. Hold on, give me a second. Yes, please remove it. Yes, please remove it. Check out. Confirm. Pick up. ASAP. Oh, I'm getting excited. Hold on.
What'd you order?
Hold on. Hold on.
You gotta put the order on the screen.
It's not like letting me pay. It's doing the thing it was doing last time. Come on. Look at my face. Let me pay. I'm trying. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying.
Are you using Apple Pay?
Yeah, I was using Apple Pay, just being stupid. I hate smoking around my family. They didn't smoke. I was the oddball. Sean, quit smoking!
I didn't
Day in her life died of lung cancer. Yeah, that's just genetics at that point. Or it could have been another exposure that had nothing to do with cigarettes.
Working next to a field or farm or something.
Organs
Too many
being
chemicals
in
in the
organs
air.
is a whole other question. Okay, she's donating poo. Actually, you can donate poo. Like a poo transplant. Let's see. Afford Domino's last night. Definitely can't afford fast food today. Oh shit, what happened? Ordered hot chicken from a Safeway. The menu items called Sundio. Deo. Deo. Is that what you mean? Deo. Ash, when your organs are donated and my organs are donated, my organs are gonna work better because I lived. I lived. Oh, because you lived? And that means that you just did it whatever? Sir. Half-cooked bacon. I'm off to get chicken. See you, Sean. Enjoy your chicken. I love Apple Pay. Well, I love Apple Pay too when it actually works. It wasn't working then. I was like literally like spam clicking, going, just go.
Didn't recognize your haircut.
Right. It was like, fuck you and that haircut. I was saying.
I don't like it.
You said what now?
It's like the Apple Pay is just like, I don't like that haircut.
Yeah, like fuck you and your hair. Look, I got a loofah today. Oh, it's green, so it's chromaing out.
Loofah.
I got a little
Loofah.
loofah. And
Did
got
you
a little brush.
Did you see that band commercial about the loofah?
So, what about it?
That's just like a loofah cheering.
Bare Minerals original powder. Also, make your face hydrated. And oh shit. Well, now that's broken. Whoops. This is why we can't have nice things. So this is why I can't have
Oopsie.
nice things.
Can you put the smoothie on a slide and we can see the sugar crystals in it?
Where did it go? God dang it. Come to mama.
Should I stretch?
Yeah, I can't. It's my bag.
Did you throw out your back?
Ow. Come on.
She threw out her back again.
Kidney bean. Look at my little kidney bean. And my little liver. Look at his little lobe. He's a happy little kidney bean and liver. Got his little artery and vein. Cute little organ stuffies. Yeah, I got more of them. I still think that Kurzgesagt's like videos are probably the best. They're probably my favorite, being honest with you. Ooh, here we go. Milk. Is it poison or healthy?
Over the last decade, milk has become a
Poison.
bit controversial. Some people say it's a necessary and nutritious food, vital for healthy bones. But others say it can cause cancer and lead to an early death. So, who's right? And why are we drinking it anyway?
And who started this shit? Who can we blame?
Milk is the basis of every mammal's diet after birth when our digestive systems are immature and small. Basically, it's power food to kickstart our bodies and help us grow. Milk is rich in fat, vitamins, minerals, and milk sugar, lactose. On top of that, for a while after birth, it also contains antibodies and proteins that protect us from infections and regulate our immune system.
That's breast
But it's a lot of effort for mothers to produce. Eventually, humans stopped drinking mother's milk and transitioned to the diet of their parents. This is how it's been for thousands of years. Until about 11,000 years ago, when our ancestors settled down in the first agricultural communities. Soon, they domesticated the first dairy animals, goats, sheep, and cattle. They found that dairy animals are able to eat useless and abundant stuff and turn it into nutritious and tasty food. This made a huge difference in terms of survival, especially in hard times. So groups that had milk available had an evolutionary advantage. And through natural selection, it changed the genes of communities who consumed a lot of it. This adaptation has to do with a specialized enzyme, lactase. Babies have a lot of it in their system, so they can break down the milk sugar lactose and digest milk easily. But the older we grow, the fewer lactase enzymes our body produces. Worldwide, about 65% of the population do not have the enzyme after infancy, which means they are not able to digest more than about 150 milliliters each day. This lactose intolerance is not spread evenly around the world, though. In some East Asian communities, for example, it's up to 90%. In Northern Europe and North America, the rates are the lowest overall.
Really? Because I have definitely.
There are probably a few reasons for this uneven distribution. The trait was first introduced by random mutation, which happened independently of each other in a few populations. The fact that farming replaced hunting and gathering more and more created natural selection pressure.
Hey.
People who were able to digest lactose had more foods at hand, which was an advantage. The migration of dairy farmers to the north then spread it further, which probably pushed back populations there that didn't have the trait.
Some heritage down the line. Someone's lying to me.
Okay, but if milk has been a valuable part of our diet for thousands of years, why is it so controversial? There are a number of claims regarding the negative and positive health effects of milk.
It's not actual milk.
The negative ones cover a wide variety. From brittle bones to cancer and cardiovascular diseases to intolerance and allergies. So how do they hold up? Some older studies found a connection between milk and a higher risk of breast, colon and prostate cancer. But meta-analyses found no impact on your cancer risk. On the contrary, the calcium in milk might even have a protective effect against colon cancer. Although this could be calcium in general, it's not clear milk plays a role in this effect. Only studies on prostate cancer showed an increased risk for people who consumed more than 1¼ liters of milk a day. But again, the association is inconsistent and other studies don't find any effect. We discuss these studies in more detail in our sources document. All in all, the research seems to show that if you drink between 100 to 250 milliliters of milk per day, cancer is not a concern. Similarly, meta-analyses could not find any impact from milk or dairy products on your risk of heart disease, stroke, or your total mortality. Some studies even suggested that high blood pressure might be rarer in people who eat a lot of dairy, although the evidence is not strong enough to claim this with confidence. The case gets more complicated though when we look at bones. A number of studies found neither positive nor negative effects for adults. What most people worry most about though are harmful amounts of pesticides, antibiotics or hormones. There are hormones in milk, but only in very low concentrations. For example, to get the same amount of hormones as from the pill, you'd need to drink about 5,000 liters of milk, and even if you did, most hormones would be destroyed by your digestive system before they could affect you. Which is the reason why so much medication is coated, to protect it from our digestion. For pesticides and antibiotics, there are regulations in most parts of the world that only allow completely harmless amounts. Milk that surpasses these thresholds is not allowed to go on the shelf, so there's nothing in particular to worry about. Besides allergies and those suffering from lactose intolerances, the best known negative effects of milk are probably acne and general discomfort after drinking milk or eating dairy products. And here, the effects are very real. For example, skimmed milk has been found to statistically increase the rate of acne by 24%. Allergies against milk products are especially prevalent among children, with 1 in 18 kids in Germany suffering from them. In general, these allergies tend to get better or disappear as they grow older though. Okay, is milk healthy then? Milk, no matter if it comes from mothers, cows, sheep, goats or camels, is a nutrient-dense food. It contains all necessary macronutrients and many micronutrients. Especially in regions where people struggle to get enough calories, milk can contribute to a healthy life and lower child mortality. For those living in the developed world, in general, milk is not harmful if you are not allergic or intolerant to it. Especially for children, it's a good way to get large amounts of calcium, and for vegetarians, it's a good source of vitamin B12 and B vitamins in general. This does not mean there are not other alternatives with the same effect. You do not need to drink milk to be healthy. Milk is also definitely not a substitute for water. Milk is power food, and the additional calories from drinking a lot of it on a regular basis can contribute to being overweight. Especially flavored milk or chocolate milk is more comparable to beverages like lemonade than a healthy snack. And there's another thing to consider. Milk production has a significant impact on the global climate. About 33% of cropland is used to feed grazing animals, including dairy cattle. Even though the carbon footprint of dairy products has declined since 1990, dairy production is still responsible for 3% of all greenhouse gas emissions, even more than all aeroplanes combined. Milk is a huge industry, and sadly most of its production in factory farms causes incredible suffering. Cows are impregnated over and over, separated from their young shortly after birth, and slaughtered once their tortured bodies are not productive anymore. We can't ignore that much of the milk we consume stems from an industry that is basically torture and contributes to climate change. What about plant-based milk? In terms of protein levels and nutritional value, only soy milk can compare to cow milk. The others need to be artificially enriched to reach similar levels of vitamins and calcium. So they can be an alternative to milk. And another option might be available soon. Several startups have created non-animal milk that is nutritionally identical to dairy milk, for example through fermentation by gene-modified bacteria. This lab-grown milk can even be turned into cheese, something that plant-based alternatives struggle with because they lack casein and whey protein, the key ingredients that give dairy its taste and structure. The environmental impact is a different story though. Many milk alternatives use significantly less energy, land and less water to produce, so they have a much lower environmental impact than animal milk. If you want to have the lowest possible negative impact on the planet, the best choice is whatever milk alternative is regional. As with almost any topic, milk is complicated. It's not harmful for the majority of the population, and it's crucial for many people around the world. It's good, nutritious food, but also harmful to the planet and causes a lot of suffering. We need to decide as a society how we want to deal with these facts.
You eat a lot more sugar during the summer than the winter? Why? Watch video of raw milk drinkers next. Ew. It's probably because things slow down in the winter because it's more cold, and in the summer things speed up because of heat, everything. So it requires more energy. That's probably why, Goose. I feel like. You eat a lot more sugar because you have to use a lot more energy during the summer. Keep cool. That wasn't a game, llama. You're educating. My cheese intake is consistent year round. No, seriously, Rebel cheese. Look it up. Like that, it's not actual cheese.
I don't think Cheese Whiz is cheese either.
Oh, it's 100% fake. Swizz. But yeah, this they said that this was the best alternative to like cheese with the where it actually keeps the taste.
What's it made out of?
That's what I was just showing you. This right
Oh.
here. See? Says almond milk, white rice flour, coconut oil, cashews, roasted jalapeno, fine salt, mellow, white miso, nutritional yeast, white vinegar, lactic acid, red chili flakes, olive oil, powder.
That could be good.
Yeah. So it's absolutely delicious. So it's like, okay. And then you've got your soft cheeses, cave aged cheese as well. I was told this one was the best one. Pistachio. Cave aged.
Did you see the Ashley cheese I got?
Oh yeah, I did see that.
That was really good.
Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the biggest thing with this is it's cholesterol free, and cheese and dairy, like, is heavy in cholesterol. Doesn't help cardiovascular disease. So I'd rather eat this. Have like a little mix too. Veteran Rebel cheese. Chili infused Gouda is nice as well. Smoked cheddar ain't bad. Wait, have you eaten these before? Educating I'm in finds a chair. Velveeta's not real cheese. Fabia is coming out of retirement to endorse. I can't believe it's not cheese. Oh my god. Love me some habanero white cheddar. Gosh. All right, Kurzgesagt. What else we got? Oh, look.
A ruthless murder was committed. Someone killed the dinosaurs, and we have the murderer. Witnesses say that an Everest-sized asteroid hit Earth, devastated the planet, and caused a mass extinction.
Wait, what?
You gotta play Spore. That game I got you.
Oh, I thought.
A simple,
I was like, wait, what's that?
fascinating,
I thought you
and
were talking
convincing
about
explanation.
YouTube
Or
video.
is it? In the last few years, new evidence has reinvigorated an older theory pointing at a second suspect. A very slow and liquid asteroid 1,000 times bigger hitting Earth on the opposite side of the planet. Like the true crime channel we are, let's look at the new evidence and tell a different story that could change everything we thought we knew. The last days of a kingdom. 66 million years ago, Earth was barely recognizable. It was the last days of the Cretaceous, one of the hottest periods in Earth's history, and much more humid. Lush jungles and woodlands covered much of the planet. Even the polar regions were home to forests of prehistoric pines and ferns. Amazing ecosystems that were robust enough to survive the many months of darkness during the polar night. Oversized animals were everywhere. Pterosaurs filled the skies. Marine lizards and long-necked monsters up to 15 meters swam in the oceans. And on land, basically everything larger than 1 meter was a dinosaur, one of the most successful animals ever to walk Earth, dominating the world for more than 150 million years. And then they were murdered. All these majestic creatures vanished in a split second of geological time. Why? Yes, it is true that around that time, a big asteroid hit Earth. But was this actually what killed the dinosaurs? Or did it arrive just in time to get all the blame? Because, according to some recent science, just before the asteroid struck, an ancient nightmare, older than even the dinosaurs, decided to destroy the world. Let's look at how it might have done it. The beast slowly awakens. The ancient continents almost resembled the world of today, but not quite. India was still a continent-sized tropical island full of lush rainforests and exotic life on its way to smash into Asia. But this paradise also hosted something else. The Deccan Traps, a volcanic region 1,000 kilometers wide and about to come to life in a dramatic fashion. The apocalypse began quietly and silently. About 800,000 years before the impact, the Deccan Traps began to exhale about 10 million tons of CO2 and sulfur dioxide each year, which in the grand scheme of things was not that much, so for a long time no one noticed. The problem was, these emissions wouldn't stop. For 500,000 years, they started to dangerously pile up in the atmosphere. About 300,000 years before the asteroid, the Deccan Traps started to vomit lava. This was nothing like a normal eruption. It was a lava flood. Imagine a landscape with volcanoes stretching beyond the horizon. They were constantly active, releasing a steady flow of massive amounts of poison and lava, interrupted by much more violent and deadly eruptions. The lush paradise of India was the first victim, as gigantic clouds spread toxic fumes and poisoned the coastal regions. Clouds of ash darkened the sky as rivers of magma started massive wildfires, eradicating many local ecosystems and paving the continent with dead dinosaurs. Still, at this point, it all looked like a local catastrophe, one of many that have hit our planet over its billions of years of history. Had it stopped here, there might still be dinosaurs today. But the nightmare hadn't even begun yet. The beast turns furious. The Deccan Traps would just not stop spewing lava. And so, after hundreds of thousands of years of never-ending volcanic emissions, the catastrophe became global. First, the planet experienced a wave of heating, with oceans getting at least 2 degrees Celsius hotter in just 100,000 years. Which is bad, but just about the time frame that leaves ecosystems a chance to adapt. But then, nature would pull a cruel prank. Some of the gases of the Deccan Traps heated the planet up, while others cooled it down. But the mix was uneven, so after the initial warming, a period of cooling followed, massively stressing the ecosystems that barely managed to adapt to the hotter temperatures. At the same time, the sulfur in the atmosphere came back down as acid rain, while the CO2 was acidifying the oceans and killing the plankton, which was, and still is today, the basis of the food web in the oceans. And if plankton disappears, a massive extinction is all but guaranteed. But now, the grand finale was about to begin. About 50,000 years before impact, the true apocalypse came. Like a cosmic horror breaking out of its prison, the Deccan Traps roared and screamed and began to spew out tens of trillions of tons of magma and even more deadly gases in an onslaught that lasted for several thousand years, rolling over ecosystems, devastating everything they reached. For a time as long as all of human civilization, this lava Armageddon brought massive wildfires. Earthquakes and tsunamis smashed and shook the continent. So much heat was released from the roaring hot interior of our planet that it might have created hypercanes, cyclones tens of kilometers wide with winds reaching almost 1,000 kilometers an hour, 3 times more than the deadliest hurricane ever recorded by humanity. These storms were so massive and intense they could reach tens of kilometers into the stratosphere and rip holes into the ozone layer, with devastating consequences for all life now without protection from the sun's radiation. And of course, where the hyperstorms occurred, devastation and death would follow. And as if all this wasn't enough, out of the guts of the Earth came colossal amounts of venom. Giant clouds loaded with mercury and hydrochloric acid rolled over the planet, delivering the final blow to the remnants of a once magnificent and fertile world. As food chains crumbled and the whole world around them collapsed, some of the last dinosaurs to ever walk the Earth may have died vomiting toxic foam while being bathed in acid rain. A cruel end for the members of a noble family that had ruled the world for so long. Then it just ended. The frenetic eruptions slowed down and the endless natural disasters began to fade away. But the world was changed forever. The monster had left unfathomable devastation and corpses in its wake. Even the planet's ecosystems far away were severely wounded. It was the end of a whole geological era, A murder that started slowly and then turned loud and violent. And then it happened. Like a cosmic joke, on the other side of the world, a bright dot of light appeared in the sky. And an instant later, an asteroid 10 kilometers across smashed into Earth with the power of 4 billion atomic bombs. If you want to see what this was like, we made a whole video about it. If life on Earth was like a murder victim barely holding on, this was the final blow. Just too much. After the massacre on the other side of the world, the Deccan traps went on expelling tens of trillions of tons of deadly gases for another 800,000 years, making sure the devastated planet stayed covered in poison. When they eventually finished and truly went back to sleep, 75% of all species on Earth had perished. Most famously, almost all dinosaurs, except birds, the only dinos that are still with us today.
I'm so confused. How
Their
did the
stunning
birds
beauty
not
and
die?
diversity are a shy reminder of how majestic and wonderful their larger cousins must have been. So, who was the murderer? Were the dinosaurs doomed by the traps, or would they have survived without the asteroid? Was it teamwork? Well, we don't know. Scientists have been fiercely debating this question for years, but for now we have no definite answer. The timeline of events that we've shown here is based on some of the most recent reconstructions of the evolution of the Deccan traps. There are other ones that paint a different picture, but right now, scientists are still fiercely arguing over this. Check our sources to learn more. So, like much of true crime, we can't end this story with an easy and satisfying resolution. Time has the nasty habit of erasing evidence, so maybe we'll never really know. But there is something else hidden in the dust, something truly terrifying.
Discord if you want to join.
As we learn more and more about the past, we found that at least 4 of the 5 big mass extinctions happened at the same time as the Earth was furiously spewing gargantuan amounts of magma. The monster that might have killed the dinosaurs seems to be a serial killer. The worst massacre ever, the Permian mass extinction 250 million years ago, was caused by the Siberian traps, a hellish flood of lava that killed 95% of all the species on Earth, almost bringing life to its knees. Until recently, many scientists thought that this was an outlier, but new evidence suggests it may have been the rule. Other big mass extinctions happened when the monster awoke from its sleep, and the longer and more violently it rampaged, the more slaughter we can see in the fossil record. So maybe the dinosaurs were not massacred by a casual murderer from outer space, but by a serial killer hiding beneath our feet. Do you need to worry about all of this? Definitely not. While the monster is real, it's amazingly slow and currently very sleepy. If it were about to awaken again, scientists monitoring the Earth's interior would get a warning really early, maybe even millions of years in advance. Time enough to prepare and move out of the way. Enough about mysteries of the past, and on to
See, there you go. You love the Jurassic Park movies? Well, we watched them in Discord. Ken, we watched the second Jurassic World recently, right?
With the cloaking velociraptor.
With the what?
The cloaking velociraptor. Could go invisible, I guess.
I don't know anything about that. We watched the second one.
That's
The
what
one
they
where
were
had
telling me.
We watched the one where they were selling them at auctions.
Yeah.
That's the one we watched. So guys, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we're gonna go ahead and dip out into Discord and watch some more Jurassic Park. Go to the third movie. What y'all think? I think it's Rebirth. Is it? Didn't I buy them last time, or did I buy them one at a time? How did I do it? Because didn't we have to buy this and Prime Video? Okay, so I'm pretty sure I had to buy those. Yeah, no problem, temporal cap, of course. If you guys want to join, like I said, you can. You're more than welcome in the Discord and watch the movie with us. like my on a sleigh. Okay. Jurassic. Yeah, because we watched Jurassic World, and then is it which one's the next one? Fallen King? It's not Fallen Kingdom. That was the next one, right? We watched that one. Okay. Is it Dominion? And then Rebirth? Rebirth is the newest. Yeah. So it's Dominion. So that one I need to buy. Is that one a good one? Does anyone know? Yeah, it looks it's 13. Here, I'm gonna use my make it only $5. There we go. So we're watching Dominion. Okay. Yes, Dominion is now. So you guys want to join?
Is it this? Was it the same actors as the last one?
Got you, fam. Say what?
Is it the same actors as last one?
I don't know. Oh wait, I recognize her. Oh, I'm excited. Oh, this is dope. She's in this? She was like 26 when the first one filmed. Oh my God, this is exciting. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and join, guys, because obviously I cannot share this on I can't show this on stream. So go ahead and join and oh my God, they got a couple of the old actors. I'm excited. God. He looks like a Giga. Don't spoil it for me. I have not seen any of the latter ones. So, anyways, I will see you all in Discord.